Hello everyone, welcome to English Shorthand classes. Exercise 116. Get ready for dictation. Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, the generous support which the honorable members of this House have been good enough to accord to this measure is a source of courage and strength to me, but it is equally a source of embarrassment because I do not consider this bill to be the end of the process. Stop. It is the beginning of the process, and the success of this bill will not be judged by the provisions contained in it but by their implementation. Stop. I feel that today I am being put on trial, and if I am deserving any appreciation or praise, it will be on the day when I make a success of this bill. Stop. Now, from the debate that has been held in this House, I have a feeling that there is not a very correct appreciation of the scope of this bill. Stop. I made an attempt to explain the scope of the bill in my opening speech, but it must be due to my fault that I could not fully bring home to the honorable members the scope of this bill. Stop. This bill presents only a part of an integrated picture which was drawn up by the Rural Credit Survey Committee. Stop. The financing or the credit part of it has been entrusted to the Reserve Bank. Stop. Some honorable members have mentioned that there is no provision for the creation of the land mortgage banks. Stop. I submit that there should have been no provision for the creation of the land mortgage banks because that is the credit side which has been handled by the Reserve Bank. Stop. It does not need any legislation. Stop. There are already laws for the incorporation of the cooperative societies in the states, and any land mortgage bank can either be incorporated under that law or under specialized law. Stop. Some honorable members have mentioned that there is no mention of regulated markets in it. Stop. Honorable members would be aware that markets and fairs form part of entry 28 on the state list. Stop. The Union Parliament is not competent to legislate about regulated markets, and despite the recommendations of the Rural Credit Survey Committee, we felt that we cannot legislate about them. Stop. They have therefore been left out. Stop. More than one honorable member has said that there is no provision for education of officials and others who will be handling the cooperative societies. Stop. Now we need no legislation for that, and there is no necessity to make any provision in law. Stop. There is already a high class college in Pune which imparts education to the highest type of officials needed for cooperative societies. Stop. Then we have set up 5 regional colleges which will train intermediate personnel. Stop. 21 cooperative schools have been set up for training subordinate personnel. Stop. Some other institutions have been set up for training non officials and cooperative officers for community project areas. Stop. We did not feel that it was necessary to make any provision in this law. Stop. Nonetheless, I am fully alive to the importance of having property trained staff for running the cooperative societies. Stop. Honorable members would be aware that a committee has been set up for training the cooperative personnel. Stop. That committee has been constituted by the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and the Reserve Bank because these are the two institutions which would need those trained personnel. Stop. I also agree that one of the causes of the failure of the cooperative movement in the past has been the want of properly trained personnel. Stop. We are not going to repeat that mistake and let me assure the honorable members that we propose to lay the highest emphasis on the training of the officials as also of the non-officials in the cooperative principles. Stop. I am fully conscious of the fact that the cooperative institutions which we propose to set up either under this act or which are going to be set up by the Reserve Bank or by the state government can be a success only when a proper climate has been created, and for that purpose the cooperation of the non-officials who have been initiated into the principles of cooperation, who have a faith and belief in those principles is indispensable, and therefore our scheme of training also includes training of the non-officials in the principles of cooperation. Stop. This bill has a definite but a limited object, and that limited object is to set up cooperative marketing, cooperative processing, cooperative production, and warehousing. Stop. The other parts of this picture will be provided by other institutions. Stop. Now, the House is aware that the Imperial Bank of India has been converted into the State Bank of India, the sole objective of which was that the marketing of the agricultural produce should be financed by that institution. Stop. In my opening speech, I mentioned specifically that the State Bank of India will perform three functions. Stop. It will provide remittance facilities to the cooperative societies, which is a very important function. Stop. It will advance loans against the commodities in godowns and warehouses. Stop. It will also accept that warehouse receipts and advance monies against them. Stop. Financing will be done by the State Bank of India, which has got sufficient resources, which is an expanding institution and which is going to set up a large number of branches and which will do the financing. Stop. So far as the capital structure of the Central Warehousing Corporation is concerned, we have purposely kept the limit of the subscribed capital at a comparatively low level. Stop. The authorized capital is rupees 20 crores and the issued capital would be rupees 10 crores. Stop. Honorable members will kindly refer to clause 37 of the bill, which is the key clause so far as the financing part of it is concerned, stop. The Central Warehousing Corporation will borrow money through bonds to the extent of 10 times their subscribed capital, stop.